Yeah, g'day, this is Chris, Adventure Rydr-Bloke. This is a video I did the other day with Captain Cranky and Mr AusAdventure. They invited me along to a little adventure down at Mt Barney, southern side of Queensland, near Rathdowney. Awesome scenery around here. If you ever get a chance, I highly recommend exploring the area. There's heaps of stuff to look at. Great views. Well maintained track here. Does run through some properties on either side, so just stick to the main tracks. You can camp down in here, as you'll see a bit later. I'm riding my Honda NC750X. Cranky's on his CB500X. Mr AusAdventure on a 650 V-Strom. Cranky's just talking about how he's fitted a switch for his ABS to disable it, which is a good idea. You don't really need it all the time. They get taken out by some cattle. You always got to be careful. You never know what they're going to do. Yeah, well, we probably should have taken a bit more notice of this sign here. Anyway, you live and you learn. You see here at Mr. Oz has lost a bit of traction. Starts sliding backwards. It was quite steep, so I just put my wheel against his back tyre to stop him from sliding. Yeah, so we let a bit of air at his tyres and away he goes. And you'll see it took me a bit to get going. I'm still on road pressures. It's very slippery and very steep. The camera never does it justice. Just get a bit of momentum up and tractor on up to the top. So yeah, still running road pressures. We decided that to continue on we'd best let some air out. Normal road pressures for my Shinko 705s is about 40 psi. So I let a bit out, got them down to about 28 front and rear. It's always good to have a good quality tyre pressure gauge as well. This one allows you to measure it and deflate at the same time. Anyway, all that done, off we go. Really lovely little area around Mt Barney, around Mount Lindsay, all those sort of southeast Queensland mountains and things. It's really nice. We come up against this gate which had a sign on it saying private property, please stay to the main track, don't stop or veer off the track. So you always make sure you shut any gates you come to that you have to open, make sure you close them. It was a little bit dry. Tracks were a bit dusty, not too bad, but we haven't had a lot of rain at the start of summer here in Queensland, which is a little unusual. We normally get a fair bit of rain, but not this year. And this is the start of the first sort of decent steep section. Whenever you're sort of doing anything that is steep, always allow a bit of space between riders. This is very important because if the person you're following has a bit of a moment, has to stop, or they fall off, you don't end up crashing into them and having an off of your own. This is quite steep. Cameras never ever do anything justice. As you'll see, Mr. Oz had a bit of a moment and dropped his bike. He's okay. I'll try and keep my momentum up so I can get to somewhere safe to stop. And even then I'm sliding backwards. Now if you're on your own here, you might be a bit of strife trying to lift this bike up, but there's three of us here on the trip, so made light work. Wasn't too much damage. Bit of a scratch on his fuel tank. Front blinker's broken. No dents though. No dents in the tank. And turned him around. We decided we probably best to go back down. And even then, it can be quite a difficult task, especially after you've had a fall and your confidence is shot. Tendency then is just to keep falling over. Anyway, luckily it was the same side, so we'll pick it back up, and still no more damage. It's always best to, after you've had a couple of falls, try and just have a rest. So we actually had about a 5-minute rest here, get the adrenaline stopped and heart rate down, lets you concentrate a bit better, and hopefully not fall off. Now I thought I'd, by myself now, I had to try and get to somewhere that I could actually turn around. As you can see, I'm having a bit of trouble getting going, but once you get moving, keep that momentum rolling. The old tractor, NC750, a torque machine, it's got bucket loads of it. It's partly why I bought it, because it reminds me of riding trail bikes. It's got that same sort of low-down torque. If you're ever trying to turn around on a track, you can wiggle your front wheel like this. If you've got a bit of a hill, it helps you swing that front wheel around. It'll naturally fall towards downhill.
Well, let's test out my ABS.
Now, NC has ABS, so I was a little concerned coming back down here because I thought I was going to have a lot of trouble with the ABS kicking in, but I managed to actually keep it from activating. So it's very, very light on the rear brake. It's extremely easy to lock up the rear. So I was using very little of it at all. Very, very careful. Just the front brake. Never stab at the brakes, especially on a loose gravel road. You can keep a fair bit of weight on the front wheel. Keep that tyre, squashed into the ground. Gives you more grip. And I made it down to the little flat area here safely. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out for part 2.